Okay, let's be real for a second. Have you ever walked into a raise negotiation, heart pounding, only to walk out with a polite no and that sinking feeling in your gut? Yeah. If you're just tired of feeling like you're not valued, you aren't exactly the right place. Today, we're going to fix that conversation so you get paid what you're actually worth. Because here's the thing I see all the time. You can be the absolute best person on your team. You can be working late, hitting every single target. But if you go into that meeting using the wrong words, you've already lost. It's such a common trap, and that's exactly what we're going to take apart piece by piece today. So in this explainer, we are getting super tactical. No fluff, I promise. I'm going to walk you through 7 specific phrases that absolutely kill a negotiation. I hear them all the time. But more importantly, I'm going to give you the powerful alternatives that you can use instead. All right, let's get right into it. And I really want you to hear this first point, okay? When you get a no on a raise, it is almost never about your worth as a person. It's a business decision, plain and simple. It's all about the case you present. It's strategy, not you. And look, I totally get it. Talking about money is, well, it's awkward. It can feel kind of greedy, maybe even a little confrontational. But advocating for yourself, that's not just a nice-to-have skill. It's absolutely one of the most essential skills for your entire career. So let's get to work on building it. So our first big bucket of mistakes, it all comes down to one word, and it's a dangerous one: entitlement. This is all about the difference between feeling like you've earned something versus actually proving why the business should invest more in you. We're going to talk about how to argue with value, not with feelings. All right, first up, the absolute classic: I deserve a raise. And you know what? You probably do. But to your manager, that phrase just sounds like an opinion. It's an emotional dead end. So instead, you flip the script. You say something like, I'm really excited to talk about how my contributions on Project X delivered real value, and I'd like to discuss how my compensation can reflect that. You see what you did there? You're not talking about your feelings anymore. You're opening a conversation about facts and results. You just turned a complaint into a business case. Now, here's a close cousin to that last one. I've been here a long time. Again, another total dead end. Why? Because just showing up doesn't automatically mean you're more valuable. You have to connect the dots for them. So instead, try this. I'd love to review the positive impact and the new responsibilities I've taken on over the years. You're framing that time as a story of growth and contribution. That's not about how long you've been in the chair. It's about the impact you've made from that chair. Okay, let's shift gears to our next section. This is about a really critical boundary you have to draw in the sand. A salary negotiation is a professional transaction. It's about the value you bring to the company, period, full stop. So this brings us to mistake number 2, making it personal. The second you bring up your rent or your student loans or any personal expenses, you're lost. You're putting your manager in a really tough spot because honestly, the company's budget just doesn't care about your personal finances. The powerful move? You say, based on the market value for this role and my developing skills, I'd like to discuss my compensation. Boom. You've just grounded the entire conversation in facts and data that every single manager understands. All right, this next one is a biggie. I see so many people fall into this trap, especially when they're feeling frustrated, and that's using threats or comparisons. Look, the second you bring up another job offer or what your coworker is making, you've completely changed the game. You're not negotiating your value anymore. You're just starting a fight. So, mistake number 3 is that outside offer. It feels like your ultimate trump card, right? I got a better offer from another company. But it's not a negotiation tactic. It's an ultimatum. And even if they match it, you might have just damaged that relationship for good because now they're questioning your loyalty. Instead, reframe it. Say, I am committed to growing here and I want to make sure my compensation aligns with my value and my future contributions. See? You're not threatening to leave. You're inviting them to invest in you staying. It's collaborative, not a showdown. And then there's mistake number 5. I heard so-and-so got a raise. Oh, please, just never ever say this. It's a total losing game, it's unprofessional, it's based on gossip, and it immediately puts your manager on the defensive. The only thing that matters in that room is your performance. The way to handle this is to gently steer it back. I'd really like to keep this conversation focused on my own performance and my contributions. That's how you take back control. Okay, so you do everything right. You've got your data, you've built this amazing, bulletproof case based on your value, and sometimes the answer is still no. And when that happens, all that performance data you gathered, well, it isn't just for them. It's for you. It might be the sign you've been waiting for, telling you that you've simply outgrown your current company. And if you realize, you know what, it is time to find a place that's going to pay me what I'm worth, well, that brings me to our sponsor, Mobile CV AI. Because let's face it, the very first step to getting that bigger paycheck is having a CV that somebody actually reads. You want to hear a scary number? Here it is, 75%. That's how many resumes get automatically rejected by the bots, the applicant tracking systems, before a real human ever even sees them. Think about that. You could be the absolute perfect person for the job and still get tossed into a digital trash can by a robot. This is exactly the problem MobileCV.ai was built to solve. You can upload literally anything, a PDF, an old Word doc, heck, you can even take a photo of your resume with your phone, and its AI will spit out a perfectly formatted, bot-beating CV in like 60 seconds. It's designed specifically to get you past those gatekeepers. And the best part? No annoying monthly subscriptions. You get 3 free credits just to try it out. Seriously, it's a no-brainer. Okay, let's head back into that negotiation room. We've covered the what to say part, but now we got to talk about the how. This is all about confidence. Because you can have the most perfectly crafted, data-backed argument in the world, but if your delivery is shaky, the whole thing falls apart. And that starts with cutting out all the apologetic, soft language. Things like, I know budgets are tight, but, or I was just kind of hoping we could maybe talk. Stop that. You are undermining your own case. You're not asking for a favor here. You are starting a business discussion. The alternative is so much stronger. Based on my skills and the value I bring, I'd like to discuss my compensation. It's clear, it's direct. You have to own your value. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about what happens when you hear no. Getting emotional or angry, that's the fastest way to burn that bridge and guarantee you'll never get a yes in the future. The pro move is to stay cool and pivot. And the phrase here is just perfect for that. I understand. Could we outline the steps I need to take to increase my chances in the future? This shows so much maturity. You just turned a rejection into a fact-finding mission for your next try. It keeps that door wide open for you. So, as we start to wrap this up, I want you to realize it's not about memorizing a bunch of scripts. Not at all. It's about understanding the core principles behind the negotiation. It really just boils down to a simple winning formula. So here's your winning formula. Number 1, focus on value, not how long you've been there. Number 2, keep it professional, not personal. Your bills are not their problem. Number 3, avoid threats and comparisons. This is about you, nobody else. And finally, number 4, project confidence. You've got to believe in your own case. I really want this to sink in. You can do the most amazing work in the world, but if you can't talk about its value, you are literally leaving your career growth and your money up to someone else. Communicating your value is every bit as important as creating it in the first place. So, I'm going to leave you with a little bit of homework. Before you do anything else today, I want you to think about this. What is the single biggest, most measurable result you delivered over the last year? Find that number. Get that story straight in your head. Because once you have that, you've already taken the most important first step. Thanks for tuning in.